2K Sports. Checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Brooklyn, the home of the Nets, Barclays Center. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. Back in Brooklyn, the Nets tip off the beginning of a homestand.
And it's the last time they'll see these guys. A 2-game season series, and after losing that first one, I'd expect them to play with a little extra added motivation.
Greg, going winless against any team is not your desire. I mean, no matter how many or how few times you face them, that's not something you want on your ledger. That'll be motivation enough for them today, all by itself.
Left side, Curry tries again and misses it off the right side of the rim.
You know, this just hasn't been his quarter. I mean, he doesn't seem to be comfortable at all, particularly shooting. I mean, he knows he's struggling right now.
So it's the Spurs now. Here's Davis. You know, Clark, some say slow and steady wins the race. That's been the approach for both of these two teams.
Well, there are a lot of different ways, Kevin, to have success on the basketball court. We like the high-octane up-and-down approach. We've seen that work, but it's also possible for teams to be effective in the half court, taking quality shots, controlling the pace a little more, and high-level execution becomes a premium then.
And I think both these coaches know they've got to have the style and speed that fits their lineup, fits the guys they've got on that roster.
Coach to your personnel.
The San Antonio Spurs able to put the first points up on the board. And there's the call on John Collins. That's his first foul. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And here is Hill. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And Steph Curry with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. It's Davis on the wing. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Pass to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Loads it up for Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Collins. It's stolen by Davis. Stolen by Collins. For 3, Harris. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. And finished off by Anderson.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Schooling them right now. Taking them to the woods there. Super aggressive and owning the paint.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Out to the wing. And a wide-open look for Portis. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly they've been the better team so far.
Outside Portis. Outside Curry. Over Anderson. That's short off the rim. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around him.
And here's Hill for three. It's rebounded by Portis. Curry's shot is off.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. 1:31 left to play here in the first. Hill drives in. Here's Capella. It's blocked. To the paint. Outside for Curry. From outside the arc. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it. Here's San Antonio now. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Outside Hill. Outside Davis. Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Hill. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Yeah, this is a big lead right now, a big one, and they've seized momentum and showing no signs of letting it go. Got to be more careful. Can't pick up 2 fouls this early on. You just can't.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
On its way from Curry for 2. The rebound by the Spurs. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on. I mean, in a big way. Excellent.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for San Antonio. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We come back right after this. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Well, already in the first period, they found ways to get this offense ramped up.
Yeah, nice beginning so far. This is how you play out of the gate.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony imposing his will inside. Doesn't take any time. Rising up for the dunk.
Well, it's been a long time coming for Nets fans, but starting this offseason, Brooklyn will actually own their own draft pick.
I hope for all Nets fans, they can avoid this situation for a long time.
Outside for Davis. Pass to Capella. Back to Davis. But they get it back. Capella with it. 5 to shoot. Spurs passing it around. And it's Davis finishing it off.
You know, that's what you want out of your point guard. Hill is really doing a nice job getting the ball from side to side and not hesitating at all in doing it.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
That's foul.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
Well, they certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. Pass to Harris. Curry with it. He's got 5. Gets it to go from... beyond the arc. Curry's got 5 points in the quarter.
And Kevin, that 3 ball of Curry, deadly. I mean, you feel like it's going in as soon as he lets it go, no matter where, at what angle, or how deep.
Down low. Here's Jackson. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Jackson's got 5.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
And the dunk by Baamute.
Baamute is a lockdown defender, and he's really good at jumping the passing lanes and going after steals.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Pass to Collins. Inside. Hollis Jefferson uses the glass to finish the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got his first 2 points of the night. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for San Antonio.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
Left side, Harris. This one for 3. Curry shot is off.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. We're hearing more players and coaches express their political beliefs, their social concerns, trying to, in a positive way, affect change, Clark.
And Kevin, I applaud it, respect it, admire it, and can't get enough of it. As long as players and coaches are well informed about that, which they talk about, and most of the NBA guys are. And I think it's important that wherever we are in life that we use our platforms to express our views. That's part of what being a citizen of this country is about. So I don't think you necessarily compartmentalize your life. If there are issues that are dear to you that you want to speak out on and educate yourself about, then you use your platform for that purpose while performing your job, which just happens to be playing NBA basketball or coaching NBA basketball.
2 minutes to end the run. A 3-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Outside Jackson. Back to Baker. And he drops it in from the low post.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Curry with the steal. From deep three-point range.
Seems like he's in a hurry. He's kind of rushing his shot. Clearly out of rhythm right now. That's a big reason why they're losing.
Harris on the double team. To the paint. Stolen by Collins. On the wing, Harris. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
You can tell Gary Harris is thinking of firing that shot even as the pass is coming his way.
Now Batum. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game.
That's two really unproductive trips in a row, ending in turnovers.
There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Pass to Mbamute. 5 on the clock. Back to Jackson. The Spurs rebound.
Jared Bender. That's his first personal foul.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Mbamute can't get it to go.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
And Harris wide open. He shoots. And the last shot before the buzzer is... And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's San Antonio delivering the blowout. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. So it's the Spurs now. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
And Gary Harris, a 6'4" shooting guard out of Michigan State. On paper, you might call him undersized, but with his strength and toughness, he's got it covered.
And you look at George Hill, his three-point shot, very reliable. A proficient scorer from behind the arc.
In the corner, it's Harris. From past the arc. And the three ball. Is good. Harris has got himself on the board with 3 there. And if you're making a list of the best young shooting guards in the league, Greg, I got to think that Gary Harris is on that list.
Absolutely. A two-way player, defends his tail off, and offensively, he can score at all 3 levels.
Harris misses. San Antonio leading by 21. And Hill has it in the corner. Off target from three-point range.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
Harris looking it over. Tipped away. Just 5 on the clock. Curry. Hits the front of the rim and out.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the third.
And, you know, you could see him bait him into that one. He was just waiting on that pass, and as soon as it came out of the post, he was all over.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And the Spurs with possession here. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Here's Davis. Here's Capella. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Outside Curry. Looking to get back on track here. Good work defensively by Capella.
And that's solid defense, rock solid, contesting without fouling. Well done.
And the Spurs with some changes. To the inside, and he dunks it down.
Yeah, loitering above the rim, Hollis Jefferson with athleticism to burn.
And although the Nets have improved, Clark, they still have some areas that have traditionally given them some trouble.
Well, when you're a team that struggled to win consistently, there are a lot of holes and chinks in your armor. They only play okay defense and don't create a lot of turnovers. The turnover game is usually in favor of the opponent with them. They have the talent to be a good defensive team. I think they just have to be a little more focused and intense at that end of the floor.
And such a smart pass from Curry. There isn't much this guy can't do with the ball in his hands. He sees the whole court.
Back to Ba'amute. Spurs passing it around. Curry brings the double. And stolen by Harris. Plumlee in the post. And there's a whistle that goes on Luke Mbamute. That is his first foul of the game. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
And the call will be against Harris. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Mbamute. Shoots a three. The offensive rebound. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Spurs have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Tell you what, it's been a different story for them at the line this season. When you measure those numbers against last season's, I mean, they've taken a big-time dip, guys.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Curry's shot is good.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
And, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Spurs?
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Certain guys just make it look effortless. And, Clark, I'm sure you would have a nice list of some of the smoother operators, smoothest scorers in the league now.
Yeah, there's only one guy at the top of it for me. I mean, I love a lot of guys, and there are a number of guys that put up big numbers. But when you talk about uniqueness, size, agility, touch, range, KD is where it stops.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just been nobody quite like him. George Gervin comes to mind because of a similar build, but the Iceman was 6'7", maybe 6'8". KD is pushing 7 feet tall and just a tad more athletic. I mean, I just don't know if we've got a more lethal, smoother scorer than him.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
There's Jackson with the 3. Doesn't go for him. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Left side, Curry. Pass to Collins. Back to Curry. Just 5 to shoot. For 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Batum scanning the floor. Back to Jackson. And it's sent back by Plumlee. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And all of a sudden, that three puts them in striking distance, guys. He's had that shot working all night.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
Timeout called, the Nets.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
On deep. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Trailing by 5. Anunoby in the corner. Back to Lynn. Shot clock at 6. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And Capella sends it back.
This is the real strength of Capella's game now. Outstanding at using his length and athleticism to block shots.
Spurs leading by 5. Here's Hill. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Now, you look at George Hill's game, and he doesn't wow you in any way, but he's a complete basketball player. Strong outside shooter, but might be most valuable defensively. Often regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the league.
You know, the former late first-round pick, Hill, has really developed into a reliable shooter and wing defender. He's got good speed, gets to the rim with ease, and passes the ball well, too.
And they double up Davis to the middle. Here's Anderson. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And the Spurs lead by 9. And with Hill and his defense, perhaps what is best about it is that he can guard Greg both guard positions, and that makes him valuable.
Yeah, and that flexibility gives a coach and his lineup so much leeway. Hill has a great wingspan, about 6'9", and can be very disruptive defensively. Very good at fighting through screens to stick with his assignments as well.
They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that. Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Yeah, they've had a great second half from long range, Greg. I mean, things are definitely starting to look up for them.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. The three from Anthony. Offensive rebound. And Anderson has it in the corner. Back to Anthony. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way.
Brooklyn ball.
Nets trail by 5. Outside, Lynn unloads from 13. Zeller. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And Lynn involving his pick and roll game, improving how he passes the ball when the defense gives him a lane.
Now here is Hill. Portis brings the double team. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
It'll be a jump ball.
So it's Brooklyn now. Back to Curry. To take the lead. San Antonio with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Substitution for the Nets.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, during that last break, I heard Kenny Atkinson talking with his team. He told his guys they've got the green light to keep shooting from downtown. He told them, I like the way you guys are working out there. Keep finding the open spaces on the perimeter. They're giving us open shots. We'll see if they step it up from here, guys.
Anderson's shot is off. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession.
You know, that's not how you distribute the ball. It needs to be more focused when making passes like that.
Brooklyn trailing. Inside. Here's Zeller. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And that's now 6 points for Lynn. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
To take the lead, it's hauled in by Clint Capella. And there's the foul. It'll go on Willie Reed. That is his first foul of the game. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
And, you know, Kevin, he's on another level right now. Knocking down threes left and right. The defense isn't doing their job, and I think they've got to talk about it quickly.
.158 left in the fourth quarter. Harris on the double team. Hill with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Outside Curry. And Kyle Anderson gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
Here's Curry to take the lead. Offensive rebound. The tray. Out to Harris. Shot clock at 5. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Pass to Davis. Here's Capella.
Brooklyn foul. Marshall.
So the first one drops, and that gives them the lead.
Clint Capella is a guy who's a defensive anchor and takes quality shots, and because of that, he plays his role to perfection. Even with the miss, he got the big one there to put him in front.
They get it back. Outside for Curry. Harris outside. Timeout called, the Nets. They trail by 1. 52 seconds left here in the fourth quarter.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
.52 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 2. Curry way outside. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and Drew to the bonus will be headed to the free throw line. And he ends up missing both free throws. And here are the Nets. They're on a 9-1 run. Pass to Harris. Outside Curry. Back to Harris to take the lead. No good. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're down by 2. 12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Seconds left in the fourth. And here is Curry. Down low. Plumlee.
With the basket.
Money!
And after all that time, finally, they've been able to tie it up here in the fourth quarter. What a comeback and what a finish we have in store.
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock, but they can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing.
Here's Davis. Oh, and a chance to win the game, but the last second shot is offline. And regulation now. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. So the overtime period is now ticking away. Should be fun. To the middle. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go with Anthony running it up the court. Hill has the open look. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Hill's got the first basket here in overtime for the Spurs. Lynn looking it over. And Capella sends it back. The shot's good. Hill with it. Pass to Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
So good to see the role players stepping up in big moments. That's a big basket for Clint Capella.
And the free throw, no good. And here's Harris from the arc. And he's good on the 3-ball. Harris has got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way. Really amazing concentration by Hill in a big moment. He has a lot of confidence in himself. That's obvious.
Outside Curry. 6 to shoot. Pass to Plumlee. Back to Curry. Fires from deep. And the Nets, another 3.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives for the big shot. And when he's rolling like this, watch out.
In the corner, it's Capella. The 3 from Anthony. They get it back. The putback. Tough possession there. They stayed with it, but they just couldn't make it. And Harris wide open. He shoots. And an air ball on that one. Way off. And here we go. And it's Davis with the jam.
No question about it. The touch is with Anthony Davis.
Pass to Harris. And here's Collins. Back to Harris to take the lead. The shot, no good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Good!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're behind by 4. 24 seconds left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. So it's Brooklyn now. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for San Antonio. 4-point game. And so they choose to intentionally foul. First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And he is unable to get the second one.
Time working against them here.
It sure is, and with such short time, it'll be really hard for them to catch up.
Here's Curry with the 3.
And doesn't he just have a nose, a knack for the basketball? He is by far their best rebounder.
Well, he has been today, no doubt about that. His effort's been unbelievable.
2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game.
And guys, overtime not nearly as competitive as regulation. They've used up all their energy just getting it to overtime.
And so it's the Spurs with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.